So we are lucky to have the head coach of the Black Stars, Chris Heaton, with us. Chris, once again, welcome, and then congratulations on your appointment.
Thank you.
I would want your opening remarks, welcoming the people of Kumasi, especially for tomorrow's game, and then your expectation of the fans before my colleagues come in with their questions.
Yes, well, I've been here to Kumasi 3 times now in the last 4 days. So I know the environment as well as I can do. Of course, I was involved with the team when we came here for the Nigeria game, and I know what a difference it's made to the team. It's a very, very passionate support. It's a very vocal support, and any team that wants to do well wants a big crowd behind them. And this, I'm quite sure, will happen. Whatever the numbers are, I know it will be a very vocal crowd, but we also know that as a team, as players, we have a responsibility to return this, and the supporters must enjoy what they see. And mostly, we can never guarantee any result, but mostly they want to see a team that's giving everything to get a result.
Right. Okay, your name, media house, please.
Yes, my name is Mano, also from Media Channel. Coach, in our last games, in our last 7 games, from the World Cup, the Afcon, the leading of the playoff against Nigeria, yeah, unable to win this. We find it difficult to win this. At Afcon, we didn't win a game. At World Cup, we won just a game. We keep considering those. The assurance to Ghanaians about our defenders. Are we not considering tomorrow against Angola?
This is team tactics. Whenever you play against whatever team, you have to analyze. You have to analyze the strengths of the team. Some of what you say are obvious things. If you are conceding goals, it makes it more difficult to win football matches. So our responsibility is to get the right balance. Everybody wants to see goals, so there will be a percentage of the supporters that want to see more goals. There'll be a percentage of the supporters that want to make sure that we don't leave too many goals in. So for me, it's about getting that balance. To have a team that's a good structured team that defensively is good, but to win football matches, you need to score goals. So this is something I'm very conscious of.
Your name, media house, please.
My name is Delali from Gelson. My question is related to Tariq Lampard. Got injured and he's not going to be in your squad. Will his absence affect your team and how you intend to play?
As regards Tariq, yes, it's a big miss for us simply because he's only been involved for a short period of time. But this is what having a squad is all about, because what can happen is you can have a player that gets injured 2-3 weeks before the international call up, so you are aware there might be a problem. And with Tariq, we knew the 2 weeks before that was potentially going to be a problem. But this is about a squad, and always there are going to be difficulties, always there are going to be surprises, and that can be sometimes 2 or 3 days before games. This is where you have to utilise the squad in the best way you can, and the players in their positions the best way that you can.
Your name, media house, please.
How often have you followed African football?
So, because of time, let him take the first. So if there's an opportunity, I'll give you.
As regards, are you talking about Ghanaian football, the local leagues?
The continent. Yeah.
African football is, apart from being a head coach and an assistant coach before that, a manager, football is my life. So you watch as much football as you can. The continent of Africa is producing so many good players. Hence the reason why the African Cup of Nations has become a bigger part. You know, I'm somebody that was born and brought up in England. Now, the African Cup of Nations is shown more regular in England than ever before. And that's because of the quality of the teams and the quality of the individuals.
Yesterday we saw an unfortunate incident where mobile goal was hit a goalkeeper. What of it? Is he fit? Our players in camp. Our players are available for selection.
Yes, so yes, he is fine, and also I think he posted it anyway. And I'm not somebody that's goes on to social media, but I understand the significance of it. And I think there's something that went out that actually wasn't from uh, Joe Wallacott. So no, he is fine. Of course, at the time there's concern, but very shortly afterwards we determined that he is fine. And yes, it was a very unfortunate incident. This probably gives me an opportunity. I think it was somebody else who spoke about Tariq, the injury. If I look at the squad where we are, the only concerns would be about Mohamed Salisu, who's there's been some concerns about him over the last few weeks. He's had some difficulties, some injury difficulties over the last 2 weeks. His club have, although he played last week, the club have used him sparingly because of that, because of some of the issues. So this is one that we have to consider. So he would be, from the squad that we have, he would be the only doubt that we would have, and it's something that we will have to determine and think about today and tomorrow.
I did a bit of research and realized that for our last 5 coaches who've come in, only 2 of them won their first game. How important is it for you to win your first game, especially considering the context of this that only 2 of the last 5 coaches?
Yes, it's important because it is the first game, but also it's not about the head coach. It's about us playing a game at home here against very good opposition in Angola, and it's points. Our aim, of course, is to qualify for Afcon and to do well in Afcon. And the only way you can do that is by winning football matches. So, yes, I think for me personally, it would be a wonderful thing, and of course, hugely important to get a win. But more importantly, for the team, to win this game against, I say, very good opposition at home here, with a tough game coming in a few days' time, it is hugely important.
My name is Betty Johnson with Nick Coach, I know you want us to be measured in our participation, but how well do you know the Angolan side and how much of a threat is this pose to your team being your friend?
My experience of Angola is if I look at my involvement in the 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 team, the squad, the association. Of course, it was before I was made head coach, so I was aware, of course, as soon as the campaign started and the draw was made, that we would play Angola. So yes, as each coach would do, I've studied them in their last 5, 6, 7 games. Technically, a very good team, and obviously the very sort of Portuguese influence, a lot of good technical players. So I am in no doubt that it's strong and tough opposition. So we have to plan for that, as we would do for any opposition. But certainly they have the capabilities that if we are not to play as well as what I would like to, that they can cause us a lot of problems. And we will have to play well.
Coach, Rahman from Ghana Broadcasting. I'd like to ask, looking at the players who have natural disposal, what kind of football should we expect in terms of tactics? What kind of style of football should we expect?
What you'll expect to, I think, always when you have we have, including today, we have 2 days preparation. Some players played on Sunday, they arrived on Monday. We trained yesterday and today. There are the aspects that you are looking for is to be tactically good because we're playing against a good technical team. But each coach will tell you of the other aspects you expect, and that is the emotional ones, which is determination and character and will to win and desire and hard work. They are elements of the game that come hand in hand with tactics and quality. The best way to get a result in a game is to show the quality that you have. We already spoke about having to be good defensively, but there's a combination of a lot of things. What you are not able to do is in 2 days is to put over everything that you want. So you have to be careful. What you have to do is you have to be clear in your messages. You can't tell the players too many messages because there's not enough time. So you have to be clear, but mostly you want a team that the supporters can look at and determine that this is a team that had a really good go to get a result.
Your name and yours, please.
My name is I want to ask which World Cup and then Afcon, our goalkeepers, in terms of ball distribution, have been very difficult in terms of sending the ball to the right player. How well is our goalkeepers prepared for this?
Our goalkeepers can only be as prepared as anybody else, whether a goalkeeper or an outfield player. You are right in some aspects. The game has changed a bit, and the goalkeepers are expected to play a bigger part with their feet than maybe they used to in the past. Where goalkeepers would tend to kick longer balls, now they're expected to almost at times be, a third central defender at times. So yes, there are expectations on our goalkeepers, but the always the most important part of what a goalkeeper has to do is to try not to concede goals, to make good saves, and try to dominate his penalty area. So they're the things that will never change.
My name is Emmanuel from Ghana. Coach, Baba Ramani was part of the World Cup and in your first collab, Baba Ramani is affected. Please, can you explain the reason why Baba Ramani is not part of your first collab? And are you going to see?
No, I can actually stop you there because it's very easy. Bama Rama's injured.
Because of my listeners and viewers, I want you to explain the reason why he's injured.
No, he's injured. He's been injured. If you look at the last, probably the last 3 weeks, month, he hasn't played for his team, which is Reading FC. He hasn't played.
So let me give you the last bite. Your name and yours, please.
In the World Cup, we saw Atizi being the number one for Ghana. In this game, we see maintaining his post for us. Jojo Walla got his back. He will take the post. Thank you.
No, thank you, and I appreciate the question, but I think you know the answer. No, the answer is that we have a team and a squad that are all working hard for positions, and what will happen is that over a period of tonight and tomorrow, I will name my team. So at this moment, there wouldn't be anybody apart from my close technical staff that would know what the team is.
Right.
So I'm sure most of you are disappointed.
Right. So, like the communications director indicated.
You wanted him to say Wolacott will be number one.
Right. So, like the communications director indicated, the first 10 minutes of the session is open to all of us. I'll plead that after the 10 minutes, we don't even wait for the security services to drive us out.